highest side of Eric. So we have E stands for,
Turn your son around.
we haven't rehearsed.
Excellence.
All right.
R,
Resourceful.
I,
Independent.
and C,
Cooperative.
he's such a good guy. And now we get to the other side of Eric. So Melissa's going to,
You got more?
Now we gotta do this. I got more than one other side.
yeah, that's,
Yeah. Let's see if we can confuse them. Maybe we should collect the ones that Okay.
okay. Burbank. There's the NK. Okay. B stands for
Boisterous.
U,
Unusual.
R,
Not to
Once in a while.
B,
Ball buster.
A,
adorable.
N,
Naughty.
You know that. You know Lawrence knows that one.
and K.
Kissable.
Lawrence, did you switch with her?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So you have, so we also want you all to have an opportunity to say some things. When I first met Eric, he was the sewer foreman. And I used to think you were like Ed Norton, the honeymooners. Even though you look more like Ralph Cramden. But he worked his way up. I have to say, he became the supervisor of the department, and then when Gary Lindsay left, we were all unanimous in wanting him to be the director. He was just such a dedicated guy to this community and the people here. I rarely get complaints about Eric. I get a lot of complaints, and often it's about town services, but I never get complaints about Eric. He's responsive. He tries his best. He puts himself out there.
You even post them even online, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's a little crazy, but he is. I remember I think it was the microburst when the trees came down, and we had a situation. I think it was off of Parker, could have been on Union or one of those streets there, and a woman was pregnant and was due to give birth soon, and the car was stuck in the driveway because the tree had come down and blocked the driveway. So I call Eric, and because I was riding around and people call me and say, I gotta come over. So I call Eric, and Eric comes over with the chainsaw, and we're cutting and pulling and cutting and pulling. And lo and behold, the next day she did have that baby and needed to get out of there on that car. So Eric is somebody who has always been there. He's a friend, and I think when we think about departments and how people should be and strive to deliver services, we always have Eric up there at the top of the class because he has been really a great guy to work with. And I think all of you just being here today demonstrates how much you all think he has been important in your lives. So we're going to miss you, Eric. You're still going to be around, but we want to thank you for everything you've done for us.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
As Carol and Vic said, Janie goes back, I don't know how many years since I was on, vice president, treasurer, trustee. Always had a good time at the trustees meetings. Trustees meeting started at 7, right?
7:30.
7:30, and the meeting started, whichever one, I always showed up a half an hour late for like the first 6 meetings because I thought we
We
were.
told you 7 to get you there at.
Right. And finally somebody said, I'm like, why these meetings go fast? I'm like, we started a half an hour ago every night. But yes, it's always been great working with the group. The movie night, I remember saying to Carol and Jim, I said, you know, I worked with guys that grew up here in the 50s and said they always had movies in the parks. You know, what is it? And Jim said, yeah. And lo and behold, the following year we were able to put this together and this big screen and snapping the things together. And my son Ryan, it became an annual thing. We'd come here and then we'd hit the pool right after that. You know, so he looked forward to doing that with me. Florence, I can't tell you some of the stuff she used to whisper in my ear. When I dressed up as Santa Claus, she played like she didn't know who I was. Then we know who was naughty and who wasn't. I believe that was Florence. But I could always count on everybody. When I don't know if you remember how I first got involved in the Hilton neighborhood. The revale was going on and there was whatever going. And I walked in and I said, and I really didn't know Vic that much. And I was, involved. I started getting involved in the politics and the revale. And I said, oh, you know what? Let me go to this Hilton Neighborhood Association meeting and find out what they're going to do. And I came in, and I had spoken at the town hall meeting in favor of it. Carol had spoken, I believe, for the Hilton neighborhood before that. So I came to the meeting, and Carol said, well, Eric Burbank's going to speak. And I was like, I came here for information. I didn't. So I ended up getting on and joining the Hilton Neighborhood Association through that, and I became very good friends with everybody at Vic, and just, anytime I could help out, I did. I enjoyed it. Like I said, we laughed, I teased, Florence, everybody always teased around, and everybody. We always had a good time. When the executive board would go out after the meetings, we'd go to the diner. Yeah, we would sit at the diner until whatever, at 10, 11 o'clock, have dinner or something to eat over there. The MPP program, I got support from the Hilton Neighborhood Association. Like Deborah said, when she was running it, and we opened up the gym. We had the one night a week we did open gym until it became 100 and something kids. And we couldn't handle it all except Boyd in school because the gym was too small. We got the neighborhood. Well, he's moved recently, but a few of the Jacoby guys remember Mr. Brown with the NAG Neighbors Against Gangs. We worked over there and cleaned up a lot over in that neighborhood with the police. We were able to sit, tell them what was going on. And Chief had the MPP. We had the police on Friday and Saturday night. A special car assigned down there through the state grant to patrol the areas for that, for a year or whatever it was. So I'm not leaving Maplewood. I love Maplewood. We went to Florida in the summer to look at some rehab places for my son. And Carol and Ryan are already packed. And, I was saying, no, they're dying to go. There's just no way I could leave Maplewood. Not only for working here, just the friendship, the amount of people that came out and supported us. Through the fundraiser, Janie and Vic was running that, the fundraiser for my son. It's just not something that you could do. And to go back to the revale, I was, how old was it, 2001? So I was 32 years old. I had a house for like 7 years. Young guy didn't have a clue. And I remember arguing with the people up in the mountain, and they're saying, it's going to force us out. I was arguing a thing, and they're arguing the sense of community. And I'm like, give me twice the value of my house, and I'm out of here tomorrow. I couldn't comprehend the sense of community. Now, over the last 10 years, 5 years, whatever it is, I can see, I can't move out of Maplewood. If they gave me, double the value of my, they gave me double. I couldn't see leaving, and we had this conversation about Florida. I said, we're part of Maplewood. I love Maplewood. I know everybody in Maplewood. They know us. You sit there, you can wave to everybody going down the block. Everybody knows each other's name. It's just a great town. If things didn't happen the way they did in our lives, I probably would have stayed a lot longer than what I'm doing. But I'm still going to be here. I told the chief whatever I can help him with. The new guy, I'll assist whatever I can with that. I'll call the police and tell them all day and night what I'm seeing, what's going on, who's doing what. I don't have a problem getting involved.
Just give them a radio.
Stop somebody and let them know that, pretending like I'm a cop. So, it's been great with everybody here, and I appreciate everybody coming out tonight and saying and paying tribute. And Vic announced the other night, you guys were going to be remembering me. I thought I was dead, but, you know. So I thank you guys all for your friendship and for this tonight. And I will be here, Santa Claus, in a month. You know, when you call on me. Thank you.
Yeah.